All right, we're recording. So Pilates Fusion, I have not recorded a session in a long time. So I thought it'd be fun to have sort of a fresh thing. There's over 150 videos on my website. So you can always go there, but here's going to be a fresh one. And I will put it on my website when we're done. We're going to start on our mats. You'll need light weights or household objects like bottles of water or soup cans are just fine. Or you can do none. I have a little bit of music going on in the background. You're welcome to put on some music, but this is really about tuning into you. So we're going to start on the mat. I'm going to just move my camera just a little bit. So we're going to start on our backs, and then we're going to start in my fashion, having a little moment of stillness. So go ahead and get on your back. And I want you to think about the space between your belly button and your pubic bone. So there's like that little 4-inch section. We're going to take that section and imprint it into the mat. So you can see when I did that, here I am in neutral. I can actually slide my hand underneath my low back. But when I take that space and I tuck it under and I flatten it into the mat, that's where we want to be, okay? We want to have that engagement for the right now. We're going to change it up a little bit. So I want you to just put your hands on your body, close your eyes just for a second, this beautiful Monday morning, sunshine. The thing with Pilates is many of the movements are driven by the breath. I don't believe in the fast, short, stimulating the nervous system type breathing. I like that long breath. So go ahead and fill up your belly, take a big breath in, and then empty the breath. Take 2 more breaths, just like that. If your low back starts to lift off the mat, just paint that little tuck there. Take 1 more breath. Fantastic. Now we're going to take that, move my shirt up a little bit. We're going to take that area and we're going to actually create a curve in the low back. So my low back's not touching. Okay, so this is what we call neutral. If I had a cup of coffee right here, my coffee would not be spilling. This is what we're going to reference as neutral. So take a breath in neutral. And on your exhale, you're going to pour that coffee into your belly. And then inhale back to neutral. And then exhale, imprint. So we're warming up not just the spine, but we're warming up the low abdominal muscles. And those are the ones that we're going to try to really fire. Because we have these abdominals, we're going to work them all, but we're really getting into that lower belly, which actually helps with back pain. It helps with stability when we walk. We're going to do 3 more. Tuck it, fill it, pour it, fill it. So you can see this, we call it a pelvic tuck. You can see this motion. A lot of us don't have that. We're pretty stationary in our hips and in our pelvis. So we're going to add on. Hands are going to come down by your side. Feet are going to be close to your glutes. So we're going to come to neutral. My teacup is being filled up. Then I'm going to imprint and pour the teacup. Now I'm going to lift my hips up to the sky and then lower down super slow. Okay. Come back to neutral. We're going to do 3 of those. So flat, take a breath, imprint your spine, pour your tea. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale and push into your feet. Get a little bit of engagement here. Take a breath in, rise up higher, and then lower your spine all the way down on your exhale. Come back to neutral. Imprint your spine. Hips rise. Stay for your exhale. Lift higher on your inhale and lower the body all the way down. Rock it back to neutral. 1 more. Imprint. Lift. Stay, lift higher, roll your spine down. So good. So we're going to do a couple dead bugs without weights first, and then we're going to play with weights. So you're going to come to a reverse tabletop. So if I was flipped over on my mat in yoga, I would be in tabletop. We're kind of imprinting on the ceiling here. I like to have my arms high because otherwise I'm doing this supporting with my elbows and I'm not letting my abs do the work. So here, the spine wants to be in neutral. We're going to try to imprint it. So you are sticking your low back and your belly down, okay? So it's kind of hard. We're going to start just with the legs. So I'm going to move my elbows off the mat so I'm not cheating. I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to extend it long. And then I'm going to pull back in. Do the other leg. Long and then in. Long and then in. So good. So we're going to do 2 more each side. Going to press and pull. Inhale, exhale. 1 more each side. Inhale, inhale. Now, keep your legs in this shape. Imprint your spine. Arms are going to be next, okay? So we're going to extend one arm over our head. We're going to get a stretch. Keep your spine engaged, and then come back. Do your other arm. Inhale. So here's where, keep going. I'm just going to talk. Here's where mind and body connect, right? So I could just be swinging my arms back, totally unconscious, totally asleep at the wheel. Or I can be making this harder by making sure my back is down and I'm imagining some resistance, like I'm pushing my arm through water. Do 1 more each side. Inhale. Inhale. Lower everything. You can see just these tiny movements fire up the belly. So now we're going to do that shape both simultaneously, which fires up our brain and it makes our body work really hard. So find that reverse tabletop. Okay. So it's upside down. My hands are like this. So I'm not lazy hands because I'm really working on actively engaging everything. And you can see if I let my hands be sloppy, watch what happens. Okay. So I have this engagement here. Okay. Here we go. Imprint your spine down, tuck that pelvis under, and take one leg out, opposite arm overhead. Come back to center. Do the other side. Now we're going to add the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. 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 1 more each side. So good. So good. Hold here. Keep your arms active and engaged. No sloppy hands. Check out those triceps. Feet are going to be together, but the knees are going to open wide. Imprint your spine. Pull back in. Okay. So we're going to inhale. Inhale. These are reverse clams or upside down clams. Firing up those inner thighs, making sure the belly stays down. We have 5 more of these. Inhale. Exhale. In. 2 more. So good. Last one, lower everything. Legs are getting hot, belly's getting hot. Grab your weights or your cans of soup or your whatever you have. Okay, we're going to do dead bug with a little bit of weight resistance. So the legs are here, spine gets tucked under, and we're going to do 5 rounds, 1 on each side, dead bugs with weights. Lengthen and inhale, pull in and exhale. In, go slow. A lot of Pilates is fast. Life is fast. Go slow here. Like you're pushing through water. You can feel your belly catch as you extend that weight overhead, right? All right, we're going to do 1 more set each side. Inhale. Inhale. Hold. Lower your feet. Imprint your spine. So I've got that poured sensation coming in. We're going to do some tricep presses. So my elbows are going to shave down my side body, and then I'm going to press. So pull, press. We're going to do a little bit of arm work here on the floor. While we're here with our weights, we might as well. Okay. So we're going to do 5 more, but then we're going to change it. Triceps should be getting hot. Even with light weights here, we're working super hard. Okay. All right. Now watch what's going to happen. We're going to hold it at the top. We're going to lower, come up halfway, lower, and press. Down, half, down, press. down, half, down, press. We have 5 more, just like that. You should be feeling a little bit of heat in the triceps. Halfway, down, press. Control it, okay? So as our arms fatigue, we start to go faster because it makes it easier because we're using force and momentum. I say this all the time. One more. When we force things or we use momentum to get the job done, we usually have a less than ideal result. But if we use mindfulness, control, deliberate action, we have amazing results. You're going to stick your dumbbells or your soup cans together. Okay. So I'm going to have them hooked together. Arms are going to go above my head. And this is called a diamond press. We're going to squeeze to the chest and press. Squeeze and press. So this is working biceps and our chest muscles, which can really help with balance when we get standing up. We want to have a strong upper back, a strong chest, of course, strong arms. Make it a little bit harder. Bring your knees to tabletop, and we're going to press for 5. Stick your belly down. 4, press. 3, press. 2, press. We're going to do one more, but then pause, okay? We're going to do that half lift. Keep your legs seamed together. So I'm not floppy legs. I got them hooked together. My spine is down. We're going to go down, half, down, press hard. Down, half, down, press. 5 more. Halfway, down, press. Here's 4, half, down, press. Here's 3. You can see by using heavier weights, we would not have control and our bellies would be lifted. 2 more, guaranteed, belly would be lifted. 1 more. Fantastic. Now, take one weight and just set it on the floor. I'm just going to use one weight for this. Legs are going to go straight-ish. Straight is very relative. You can see I can't straighten my legs. I haven't stretched much. I don't practice what I preach. My hamstrings are super tight. So I'm going to hold the weight in my hands like this. I'm going to imprint my spine so that it's not curled up. It's stuck down to the floor. I'm going to extend my arms overhead. Legs are going to float down. And then I'm going to pull back to center. I'm going to go inhale. And then like a machine, do that again. Reach. And now if it's too much on your back and it hurts your back and your spine curls off the floor, simply bend your knees, okay? And then you drop and pull. So it's almost like you're tippy-toeing down and pulling. The longer the lever, which in this case would be our legs, the heavier the weight. So extending the legs long is harder, okay? So pick an option that works for you. I have 5 more of these. 4, reach and compress. Really feel the abs. Squeeze right there. Do 2 more. Squeeze, make sure you're imprinted. 1 more. Lower everything. We have one more fun thing to do on the ground. And then we're going to move. I'm going to shimmy over there. We're going to move over. We're going to do a little bit of standing work, which is amazing for abs. We're going to take the legs up-ish, relatively, and print the low belly. Arms are going to go high. You don't need to wait for this. It makes it harder, but we're just going to kind of find this. I'm going to curl up so that I'm off of my mat, and my fingers are going to look like they're reaching towards my toes. And I'm just going to reach. I'm using all of my abs to lift. If it's too much, simply bend those knees. But we're working upper abs here, right there. Can you feel that? 5, 4 more. 3, reach. 2, last one, but we're going to hold here. Hold. Take a breath. And lower. Take a good morning stretch, arms and legs long as they can go. We're going to do one more thing while we're here. Legs are going to go up, arms are going to go up, so I'm not using my triceps. I'm going to make a long open shape with my legs. Make an X, open, Make an X opposite way. So not only are we getting a little bit of stretch through the inner thighs, make sure you're imprinted, we're also working the adductors and abductors, right? Squeeze, open. Now, if I had my elbows down, I would be bracing my upper body with my elbows and not my core. Perfect. 3 more. Full sets, that is. Here's 2. Crossed. Last set. Crossed. Fantastic. And lower. So go ahead and stand up. I'm going to take my weights with me, maybe using them back there, and we'll get some standing stuff done. Okay. I just got to move my camera a little bit. I practiced all of this before I saw you. Okay, here we go. I do have my house shoes on. I'm going to take those off. Oh, the sun. Okay. I'm going to move this just a little bit because of that sunshine. Okay. So we're going to start with our weights in our hands. And I'm going to bring my feet so that my heels are hooked together. And this is, you know, ballet inspired. You do not have to be a ballet person. I certainly am not a ballet person. But the idea of creating that long length is what helps us go from being like this to like this, okay? And the more that we can create this shape and get that muscle memory to engage, when we move about our life, we're not like this, we're showing up in the world like this, which energetically, as you know, is confidence and self-power and slipping into ourselves, okay? So the elbows are going to lock in to the side body, none of this. Okay, so we're going to bring the elbows in, and I like to just loop my thumb over my dumbbell because otherwise I'm gripping like this. I'm going to create a forearm. I don't want to have a Popeye forearm. I want to have long muscles, okay? So the legs are zipped together, spine is long, shoulders are over the hips, elbows are tucked in. We're going to squeeze to the shoulder and slow, like as slow as you can. You're going to inhale up and then slow breath out. Inhale up, slow breath out. Okay, we have 5 more. Now, if you want to challenge your balance, lift up your heels, inhale up, exhale down. Squeeze your buns, squeeze your legs. That helps with balance. We're going to do 3 more, and then we're going to change it. 2 more. Notice my fingers are active. They're open, which creates that long muscle. Pause here. If you're on your toes, lower down. Start flat, and you're going to lower and squeeze halfway. Lower and squeeze halfway. Perfect. Squeeze halfway. Really create that mind-body connection. Okay? We're going to inhale down, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze. 1 more. Now we're going to combine those up on the heels if you like. We're going to inhale up, exhale halfway. Inhale down, exhale halfway. Inhale up, exhale halfway. Inhale. So here's what happens. We create that stopping point halfway down. You can lower your heels if you need to. And so that pauses momentum, okay? If we were just doing bicep curls, it's good, but having that pause creates engagement the whole way through. No breaks. Do 1 more. I have tree trimmers outside of all days. I hope you can't hear it. All right, lower. Now we're going to take our feet wide. Wider than the hips. So my hips are here. My feet are going to go a little bit wider. And we're going to bend those knees into sitting on a horse. Hook your dumbbells or your soup cans together. We're going to do some rows. Okay, so the reason why we're doing a little bit of legs while we do our arms is so that the legs get a nice, just static hold. Okay, we're not doing anything with our legs, but our arms are lifting and pressing. We inhale, exhale, in, out. 5 more, elbows go high. 4, 3, you should be feeling shoulders and biceps here. 2 more. Last one, hold your dumbbells down and we're gonna pulse down. Don't straighten your legs whatsoever. We're just gonna hang out here on this horse, letting the weights just rest. You might be getting a little stretch through the front of the arm as the weights hold. All right, we have 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, hold. See out your arms. You can always lose those weights. Lift your dumbbells or your soup cans vertical, like you're filling it up. Pour it out. Flip so that the pinky's up. Thumbs up, fill. Pour. Inhale, exhale. Pick up your pace of your breath just a little bit. Five, pour, fill, pour. 3, pour, 2, pour. Last one, and rise. Oh, feeling that? All right, step your feet together. My feet are gonna be parallel. Okay, we have 1 more, maybe 2 more sets with the weights just to fire up the arms. And then we're gonna really focus on getting that core to engage while we're doing some standing work. So I'm gonna take my dumbbells in front of my chest and I'm gonna lift and then I'm gonna squeeze. So here's that mind-body connection again. I could do this all day long, right? Maybe not all day. But if I inhale, pause, exhale, squeeze. I'm actively engaging that inner part of the shoulder by the chest. Squeeze. 5, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 3, so good. 2 more. You should be feeling this by now. Now, we're gonna keep our arms up and you're gonna flip like a cactus. I'm gonna take my fingers to the sky and I'm gonna pulse here. We have 20 of these. I'll do the counting. So here, keep going. Here's what happens. When we start to do the pulse, what happens to our belly is we tend to do this. We tuck under because we want to take a little bit of the work off the shoulders. Not good, okay? So long, tight spine, like I'm coming at you to punch you. 5, 4, 3, 2, just like you're tapping the ceiling. Fantastic. And lower. Palms face up here, like you're holding a serving tray of something really amazing. Legs are just hanging out because they're gonna get it in a second. We're gonna open and close. Open, close. Open, close. Just 3 more of these. We're just getting a little bit of warmth to build up in those biceps. And now we're gonna open and stay. We're gonna pulse. So I'm not using momentum here. I'm using that delicious bicep. Check that out. That's what Pilates does. Small micro movements builds beautiful muscles. 4, 3, 2, hold. Float your elbows away from the body. Just hang here. Now, see if you can draw your belly button in. Take a breath. Push out and reach out. We got 5 breaths, just static hold. And maybe every exhale you reach an inch further, okay? 3 more breaths. Out a little bit more. It's hard, right? 2 more breaths. Ooh, my shoulders, 1 more. Lower, pull in, and just set your weights down. Okay, so here's where if you're in your living room and you have a chair handy, you might need it. You might not. So we're gonna have our legs straight, feet are parallel versus turnouts. Okay, so turnout's that little bit of ballet inspired. For right now, we're gonna have feet parallel. Left arm's gonna go out. So I'm gonna have my left leg be my standing leg, maybe hold on to a wall or a chair. Float your right knee up. Okay, so here's the belly. Remember that tucked under, kind of pouring the tea into the belly? That's what we want to create. So if we were standing against a wall, we've got that flat spine against the wall. Right knee is going to pulse up, pulse. Your right arm might float out for more balance. So you should be feeling underneath your right rib cage and the right top part of your pelvis, that muscle called the transverse abdominis, I believe. That's what we're firing. And we're working this standing leg, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, hold and release. We're not done. We're going to really fire up that left leg. So same thing, hand to the wall, to the sofa, or nothing. Right leg floats. Check it out. I'm going to open up my right knee. My right inside of the ankle is up. I'm going to imagine I'm holding a string on my foot. I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Inner thigh work here, abdominal work, standing leg work. 5, 4, 3, go slow. 2, hold. Close your knee and lower it. We have one more set on the left. Tight stuff over there. All right, reset shoulders over hips. Grab a wall. Whatever you're holding onto or nothing, float your right knee up. We're going to open it like a gate. Okay, we're going to be working those obliques. Right knee is going to drive up. You can lift your right arm if you want a little bit more. Beautiful. You should feel it right there. 5, 4, 3, point your pretty toe. Caught myself. Hold, close it, and lower it. Give a little wiggle here. We got another side. When I was teaching Pilates every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, I always would joke, thank God we are not octopus. Okay, we'd have to do 8 sets of that. 2 legs. All right, shift the weight into your right leg. For me, I'm having knee surgery in 2 weeks. So this knee is going to look very different than that one. Probably won't be able to do it without holding on because it hurts and it's weak, despite doing all my stuff. Hold on to a wall, a chair. I may tiptoe back to my railing if I need to. I'm going to try it without. So here's that balance point. Float the left knee up. Okay? By keeping our arms out, it's forcing engagement. Here we go. This knee is going to tap up. I want you to think about squeezing, right? Point that left toe. This is a crunch that we're doing, a simple crunch as if we were on the floor, but because we're standing, everything here has to work extra hard. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold and lower. Same thing, right leg is strong. Lift up your kneecap, squeeze your right cheek, that helps. Right arm holds on to something. Left knee lifts, and then we open it. Inside of the ankle has the string up and down. There's a micro pause here, right? We're not just using momentum and flailing through this. Pause, beautiful. Pause, pause, catch that muscle right there. 3, whoa, 2, hold, and release. One more set, one more set. Right hand holds, right leg is strong. Up we go. We're gonna open it like a gate and crunch right there, side body, those obliques. Beautiful balance work. 5, point your toe. 4, 3, 2, hold and release. Legs should be on fire. Okay, so it's funny to think about. I'm working my legs, but I'm crunching. It's crazy to me. All right, feet are going to be together. Bend your knees. Okay, don't lean forward because then the weight of your body goes into your knees. You're going to lean back. We're just going to pulse. So this gets a little bit of stretch into the calf and openness through the pelvis. I'm not straightening my legs entirely. I'm going lower. We're going to really work on this. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Take your left hip and lift it, and then your right, and then your left, and then your right. So it looks silly. We're doing a little swivel action, but we're getting into the quads. Okay. Feet are flat. There's always that option to lift the heels if you want. It's a little tricky. We're just kind of keeping it basic. Feet are flat. 5 more. So you can go a little bit lower. Okay, so I'm just tick-tocking those hips, feeling a little bit of quads, and rise. Take your feet wide. We're gonna go wider than our hips. Come back to that horse. Arms are gonna go out to a T. They're gonna feel a little bit heavy. Take your legs and you're gonna open them behind you. Okay, so the knees come in, knees go back. Don't bring them in anymore. Keep them right here and go back, back, back. So this is firing up the cheeks, right? People say all the time, why do I need strong cheeks? Strong cheeks is a strong back. A strong back is good posture. And it's amazing what happens when everything starts to work together. We have strong body everywhere. I'm just distracting you. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Right heel is gonna lift. Okay, my hips are here. I'm gonna go down, never straightening all the way. So I'm really gonna fire up the quads here, arms here. Unless they're tired, then bring them in, no big deal. We're focusing on legs here. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that right leg to the back. 5, use your butt cheek. 4, 3, 2, hold, lower that heel. Left heel, arms wherever you want them to be. This is the hardest. We're gonna pulse down into that left leg. Legs should be hot, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, take breaks if you need to. We have that opening in the back. The left cheek does the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, lower it and rise. Okay, we're almost done, promise. It's been a while. Even though I do strength training 5 days a week, it's just totally different. Bend your knees. It's totally different. I'm winded. All right, we're gonna alternate those heels up and down. Put your arms where you want them to be. Here we go. Up, down, and up. Okay, just like we're marching. We're really going to build some heat here. Make sure your spine is straight. You're not leaning forward. That's the difference between strength training, which I used to kind of knock, and Pilates. Strength training, we tend to lean forward on a lot of things, which is good, but Pilates, it's all vertical. 5 more. Go lower. Beautiful. 2. Last one. Hold, both heels up. Balance. We have 5 breaths here. Lean back. Lean back. Heels, legs are shaking. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Oh, rise, lower the heels. Step together. Okay, give a little bit of wiggle. Almost done. We're going to do 1 set on each side of what's called a curtsy lunge. Okay, and we're not going to use weights for this. You can certainly add weights, but it's really going to get into the downstairs of our body. Okay, so right foot is going to step forward, left is going to come behind. So I've made scissors with my legs and then bend. Okay, lean back. I'm going to turn so you can see. Right foot is in front, left is behind. I'm not here. I'm here. And we're going to drop. Like you're taking that left knee and you want to just have it 4 inches above that mat. It's hard and it's a lot of heat. We're never straightening them. We're here for 10 more. Lean back. You're going to really feel that. 7, 6, 5, 4. Arms can be where you want them. 3, 2, hold at the bottom. Let me set myself up so I can show you. Hold at the bottom. Remember the teacup at the beginning? Okay, right now the coffee is full, it's not moving. You're gonna tuck the pelvis under, and then fill it up. Tuck, fill, pelvic tuck, standing. 5. Your left leg should be on fire. 2, last one, rise up. We got the other side, and then we're back on the mat to finish. Left goes in front, right goes behind. Lean back, and then we're going to drop down. This is my cranky hip, so we'll see. We're going to drop the right knee, like you want to kiss it to the ground. Just tap it down there. Okay, spine is long. That's the difference. Weight training, good, but it's a lot of compression. This is a lot of length. 5, you want it harder? 4, 3, 2, hold, pelvic tuck. Tuck it, fill it. Tuck it, fill it. Right leg should be deliciously hot. 5, 4, 3, 2, rise up. All right, I'm going to scoot on forward. We're going to finish with a little bit more abs and a little stretch. All right, water is good. If you want to grab a little sipperoni of water. I had coffee earlier, which is good. So the funny thing about virtual, and I know we talked about this, the energy is different. And yet I found teaching virtual yoga last week was so good. Like I felt like people were in my space. So it's good. Like I've steered away from virtual after I burned out during COVID of looking at myself on camera and just constantly being in front of my computer. I just felt drained. So I've refueled and I'm kind of digging virtual again because I had people all over the country last week being able to come be in my space. Like I thought that was pretty darn cool. All right, we're gonna do a couple tricep presses to start. So the feet come in, fingers are going the direction of your booty. We're just gonna lift up in a reverse tabletop. Okay, I'm gonna lean over my triceps to make it a little bit harder. I could be here, it's good, but I'm gonna be here, okay? We're gonna do 10 dips. 9, if you want it harder, lift a leg. 8, 7, 6, press. 5, 4, maybe switch legs for the last 3, 2, hold. Feet come down and we're gonna pulse. Fire up those triceps. Okay, lean back. There it is. I was feeling it a little bit cheating. I don't want to cheat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. Get a quick stretch. Just give yourself a little squeeze-a-roni. We're gonna come on down to our backs. Okay, back to our backs, back to where we began. Let's take a twist first. So tee out your arms and just drop your knees to one side. This gives that nice rotation of the spine. Feels so good. Then we're gonna come back up and drop to the other side. Ooh, feels so good. And then we're gonna come back up. I don't want to cheat with my arms, so I'm gonna let them hover or go all the way up. I'm gonna take my legs straight-ish. They're a little bit straighter than they were in the beginning, so that means my body's warmed up nice. I'm gonna sink my spine down. Okay, so just for a second before we do our next series, notice what happens when you arch your spine. For me, I feel a little bit of compression in my spine and my abs are squishy. But if I imprint, everything's fired up. Okay, arms are gonna go up. We're gonna just do the right leg to start. I'm gonna draw a circle and pause. Let's start with a circle as big as a basketball. Trace it, pause. Trace it and pause. So you're taking your toe around that basketball, no bigger and no smaller just yet. 5, 4, pause between every circle. If it gets to be too much, simply lower the other leg. Hold here. We're gonna trace the opposite way, maybe a softball, go a little bit smaller. Just trace it. Okay, your legs might be shaking, that's normal. Feel the abs, feel them catch here. Okay, so you're thinking, I'm circling my leg, why are my abs so engaged. It's because we're working so hard. 3, 2, hold. We're going to go the other direction. This time we're going to do a golf ball. Pause between every tracing of that golf ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. We got one more. We're going to go back the other way and we're going to trace a marble. Pause between every single marble. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and lower everything. Feel it? Okay, we're going to do the other leg, same thing. Legs up, arms up, so no cheating. We're going to start by tracing the basketball, letting it be nice and big, okay? Over we go. Pause between each one. If we're just circling our leg, there's momentum, okay? But we stop that momentum just like we did with those bicep curls. 2 more. And now we're going to go opposite direction, softball. Softball. Pause between every tracing. 3, 2, hold. Other direction, golf ball. It should be hard. Try to straighten as much as you can. Point your toe like you want to step on the ceiling. 3, 2, last way, go around that marble. Point, lengthen, lengthen, think length, think length. 2, last one, and lower. Let your knees open, get a stretch, okay? Let's target those abs. Maybe rock a little bit, side to side. No cheating with the arms. Legs are gonna go up. And now we're gonna take that space that we targeted at the very beginning, that low belly. You might be here, okay? And you're just gonna lift. It's not high. We're not looking at this. We're not looking at the bum going all the way off. We're engaging right there. Lift, lift. So if your legs are up, you have a tiny little lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bend your knees. Pause. Now we're going to lift those legs, maybe a bent, maybe a straight, spine is down. We're going to roll up and we're going to touch those toes again like we did at the beginning. 10. So now I'm targeting upper abs right here. 7, 6, 5, options 3, 2, last one. Get a stretch. We're going to combine those two. So we're going to do the bottom and the top, bottom and the top. Legs go up, belly's down, spine is glued to the mat. Take a breath. Curl up. Look at your belly. Don't look at your hands. You know your hands are touching your toes. Don't look at them. We're going to start with the bottom. So lift up the bum, fingers, toes, fingers, toes, fingers, toes. Think top half, bottom half, top, bottom, top, bottom. 3, 2, last one. And release. Arms go overhead. That is hard. That's hard. Okay, last abdominal thing and then we're finished. Left leg is going to go straight on the mat. Long, long, long. Right knee is going to come up. And the left arm is going to go up and out to a diagonal because we're not going to use it. If we put it here, we're going to use it. Your right hand is just going to tap your temple, okay? Tap your temple. We're going to keep the left leg long. All we're going to do is drive our right elbow to our right knee, but we're not going to do it this way. Take a breath. You're going to curl up and tap and release. Tap, release, or come close. Tap. Keep your right leg stationary. We're using abdominals. Look at your left toes. That helps keep the neck in neutral. 5, 4, 3, 2, final one, and release. Right leg goes long. Left knee bends. Right arm reaches because we don't want to use it. If it was here, we would be using it as leverage to push up. Okay, so when it's off of the floor, there's no leverage. My fingers are on my temples. This leg is going to stay. Take a breath. Curl up, exhale. Inhale. 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 Oh, crunch those left obliques. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. Final one, hold and release. Arms overhead, legs long, long, long. You should feel heat along the sides of your abdomen. We've worked the bottom, the top, the sides, the legs. Bring your knees in, hug your knees into your chest, and then just take some side to sides with the neck. A lot of times when we do Pilates, there's a lot of shoulders off the mat. It can make our neck a little bit sore. So just be sure that you give yourself enough stretch for the neck. Drop your left foot to the ground. Right leg goes high. We're going to cross it into that figure 4. Take your right hand and push it away. So I've really opened up my pelvis. And then I'm going to bring both knees in, grab my left hamstring. I like movement here. This is just a figure 4 or pigeon pose on our back. Here's what I love the most. I'm holding on to my left leg. I'm going to tip to the left. And now I feel that deep stretch in my right glute, my right piriformis. That's where I feel delight here. If it doesn't feel good to you, just come to a flat spine. And then we're going to uncross and do the other leg. Left goes over right. Hands move over to the right leg. You're going to squeeze in and you might move a little bit. You might not. And then tip over to the right until you feel that beautiful lengthening on the left piriformis. Uncross. Place your feet on the mat. Open your knees. Back to where we started. Like to push down my hips, flatten my spine. Look up at your ceiling. For me, I'm in my studio, of course, and I have 3 skylights on my ceiling. And I'm just watching the clouds float by. There's no hurry. Our bodies are amazing. Close your eyes. And take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Just pause for a second in gratitude for today. Gratitude for blue sky, gratitude for your body, for your ability, for your resilience and your strength. And I'm pretty sure I shared with you, Derek, that on Friday I took a yoga class, and the teacher's lesson, which I've been thinking about and sharing with others for the whole weekend, is how you love yourself teaches others how to love you. And when we have that inner critic creep in, we're unconsciously giving permission for others to critique us and to criticize us. So if we want to feel seen and valued, it starts within ourselves. So as you move about your day, close your knees, release your spine to the mat, feel that lengthening. As you move about your day, think about shoulders over hips, strong abdominals, strong heart, strong confidence, and love yourself. Love who you are, because I love you. All right, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.